engraved on the trophy. And at this point, it looks like the Lionesses are the real deal. Sarina Vejman becoming the first coach, I think man or woman actually, to lead, to get to back-to-back finals of the Women's World Cup. And of course, now she's done that with 2 different teams. In fact, she's gotten to 4 consecutive finals. That is the real deal when it comes to, coaching in the women's scene. And of course, the Spanish women's national team as well, coming from the back of the mutiny they had in their team, or the disagreement, I should say, where 15 players, they missed out on 15, top players for their squad, and still somehow they are able to get themselves in the finals. Jorge Vidal definitely will be a man very, very, impressed with the performance of his girls. Well, we'll talk about that today on the show, and also tell you about the 3rd place match from earlier today, where Sweden got the better of the host nation Australia. What has been a standout hosting duties for Australia, did it end on a great note for them, because they lost 2-0 to the Swedish national team earlier today. That's for the FIFA Women's World Cup. Okay, we'll talk about that today right here on World Sport on Splash 105.5 FM. And that's not just all we're talking about today. We'll also be looking into all the sporting stories as well from, European football here, where we are having, weekend games. Lots of games for us to talk about today. CAF Continental Engagement is also up this weekend. We have Nigerian sides on the continent. We'll talk about them. We have a new sports minister. In case you missed it from Wednesday night, portfolios were announced. John Owa Eno, that's the new sports minister for Nigeria. And I'm wondering, if you were to set an agenda for him, what agenda will that be for the man there who has now been announced as the new sports minister for Nigeria? And of course, another sport as well, in athletics, the World Athletics Championship kicked off today. It is day 1. You can think about it as the World Cup of athletics. Yes, that's how it is. And of course, we are looking to the Nigerians out there who are going to be the medal hopefuls. Well, it hasn't started on a great note so far, but hey, I'm not going to dive into that yet. So we'll get right into that on the show today, and all of the other things we have to talk about. We also have an exclusive interview for you, where we spoke with the erstwhile media officer of the South African women's national team, and we had a lot to discuss. All of that today right here on World Sport on Splash 105.5 FM. This is the Integrity Dial, and I am Blessing Fowowe. I welcome you on board the show this afternoon. Okay, it's a full house with my friends. I've got Daniel back here in the studio, and Femighty is also here as well today. Together, we're running the show World Sport, your favorite weekend sport show right here on radio. Daniel, it's great to see you. Good afternoon and welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Blessing. It's good to be here. Good afternoon, Femighty. Ibadan, good afternoon. It's always a pleasure being here, and it's always a fun. Always delighted to be here with you guys. And, the Premiership resumed last week. Of course, we saw the first week. And if you want to base, your analysis on that, how far the top 4 or the top 6 we predicted here, I fear for Man U, I fear for Arsenal. And of course, I fear for Liverpool. Really.
But you don't fear for Chelsea.
Oh, they were the
best side.
No. If you want to, let's be sincere now. If you want to look at the whole teams that played, they were the one that played the biggest the 2 teams were the biggest team, right?
So they were the
best.
On
that game, oh goodness, I can't remember the last time I saw good football, from Chelsea. I can't remember the last time, and that was fantastic. That tells you.
That you were straight. Correct.
Make I no drag matters this afternoon. Femighty, welcome. I'm happy to see. What happened to your odds, Femighty? 10 odds. Femighty cooked for one last week.
All the show shop. No, coach, it was basically Barcelona PSG,
So Femighty, basically, you're telling me if you are giving us odds now, we should still select which ones.
No. I think
because your tapping is not even tapping in.
No, I told today last week it was not tapping. It was serious cooking. But somehow maybe we overcooked. So maybe we overreached by saying that PSG, and Barcelona are gonna, win. But then we have we have done some corrections today.
Okay.
We have streamlined some things.
We have erred on the side of caution on some things. But then it's a pleasure to be back here. This wonderful Saturday afternoon. Good to be here. Match day 2 for some leagues. Match day 1 for others. Definitely the CAF Champions League.
Nigerian team starting from today to tomorrow, hoping that at least these guys would, get past this stage and, into the next stage. At least let there be some sort of representation from Nigeria in the group stage of both continental tournaments. And then for the World Athletics Championship, we are happy that Tobi Amusan will be available. I'm not just sure the Tobi Amusan we are to expect. She may be, well, if it was football, we say match rusty, but she may be action rusty. She leading to the World Athletics Championship. She has not participated in any, active tournament, any active, whether it's the Diamond League or anyone. She has not participated at all. It's been just training, and I even wonder how intensely you can train when you are not even sure if that training is going to culminate in you participating in the tournament you are training for. So it must have been a lot of psychological roller coaster. We're not really sure the Tobi Amusan that will be getting at this World Athletics Championship. But one thing is, we are just happy that at least we don't have another doping saga, or should I say scandal, concerning the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. I feel like Nigerian athletes have been involved in enough doping issues. I'm glad that she's cleared, but let's just hope for the best, and let's hope that she would give us a little glimpse of what we saw last year in Oregon, in Budapest this year.
But from what we've heard is that while she was waiting for her case to be heard, she was actively training, like she was getting herself fit for the moment. However, what I am not so sure about is the psychological impact of that news. Exactly. What it's going to have on her. I mean, maybe she could be there physically fit, but mentally, she might still be struggling with the fact that she came very close to being out of the World Championship. But anyway, when we get to that that bridge of the World Championship, we're going to cross that. But hey, we're diving straight now deep into the deep end on the show this afternoon, and starting with the FIFA Women's World Cup, where we had the third place match played earlier today, and Sweden picked up their third Women's World Cup bronze medal after beating co-host Australia 2-0 in the third place playoff right there in Brisbane. Now, Sweden, they're ranked third in the world, and they were awarded penalty in the 28th minute after a VAR review showed Claire Hunt had clipped Stina Blackenhall's heels, and Fridolina Rofo scored the resulting spot kick. Now, Captain Kosovari Aslani doubled Sweden's lead just after the hour mark, rifling in a sweet strike from the edge of the area following another quick counter-attack. And while disappointed to sign off with another defeat, the Matildas still achieved what is their best result at the Women's World Cup, having never previously gone beyond the quarterfinal stage. I mean, unlike New Zealand, who failed to make it out of the group stage, Australia did better, went all the way to finishing fourth. Impressive, hosting, an impressive performance as well. No doubt, I feel like Sam Kerr not being fit at the start of the tournament might have hurt them.
Well, maybe yes, maybe no. I think we'll never be able to know now, because I was saying, earlier upstairs that, they lost 3 games at the tournament, and 2 out of those games actually had Sam Kerr play in it. So I'm not really sure how much of an influence or how much of, effect, so to speak, the absence of Sam Kerr, we can really say, affected the team. It looks on paper like they even did better, when there was no Sam Kerr in the team. They lost 3 games, 2 out of them was when Sam Kerr played. But still, I think they were the better of the 2 host countries when it comes to football metal. And I think they proved it, at the tournament, getting into the top place, losing the semi-final only by a whisker. Okay, eventually, it got more interesting, 3-1 against England. But then absolutely an interesting tournament for Australia, especially with what they had to deal with. At some point when they were playing against Nigeria, they were without their first 2 choice strikers. So there are 2 first choice strikers, So it shows that they have had to cope with so many disappointments, the loss of Sam Kerr and others, just to be able to pull to this stage and getting into the top place. It may be disappointing that they didn't win it, but then when you consider the football, the women's football, stance of Sweden, I mean, in the last, I think, 3 World Cups, they've been to the semi-finals. They were still in the semi-finals in 2019. So they already been called the regular semi-final team. I think it is just I think it's just fitting that they lose to Sweden in the top place, but absolutely you cannot say that they have not done their best. I think they've been amazing in this tournament.
They've been amazing indeed in this tournament. All right, we need to take a very quick commercial break on the show. When we return, we'll preview the final between Spain and England tomorrow. And of course, tell you about the comments of Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, that has gotten him under fire from women's football enthusiasts. Not just women's football, actually, even men's football generally. When we return, we'll talk about that. Keep it locked. It is World Sport right here on Splash 105.5 FM.
Splash FM 105.5.
Iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná a máa fúnni ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ a sì máa mú ìdẹ̀rùn wá láti wá dènà ìjàmbá iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná. Ojúlówó wáyà tàbí kébù ló yẹ ká fi fa iná nínú ilé, lọ́fíìsì àti nínú ìlú. Pure wires and cables ní àwọn ilé-iṣẹ́ mọ̀nàmọ́ná àti àwọn agbaṣẹ́ṣe yàn láàyò. Ojúlówó ni, kì í bó lára, kò kì í jóná àbáàdì, kì í kán sínú, ó sì fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Ìdí nìyí tí Standard Organization of Nigeria fi fòǹtẹ̀tẹ̀ tí Nigeria Electrical Contractors náà fi dìbò fún. Bí copper cable ṣe wà ní aluminium cable ń bẹ nípele lówó tí kò gún pa. Pure wires and cables tó jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Kaman ló ṣe ojúlówó wires and cable jáde. Olú iléeṣẹ́ Pure Wires and Cables Limited wà ní Afrin's Compound, Fort Gate, number 122/132, Oṣòdì Apapa Expressway, Ìyànà Ìsọlọ̀ bus stop, Lagos. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní 080-803-03257. Pure Wires and Cables. Ìrọ̀rùn fi iná mọ̀nàmọ́ná.
Glory to God! Heart Enlargement Special is here. The Standing Church International invites you to a 2-day powerful encounter with God. Dates: Friday 25th and Saturday 26th August 2023. Time: 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. Venue: the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. Ministering: the visionary Manifold Grace Ministries. There will be miracles, healings, salvations, and deliverances. Come and receive a touch from God that will change your life forever. See you there.
Enlargement Special ti dé o. Ǹjẹ́ o fẹ́ ìwòsàn, ìgbàlà, ìtúsílẹ̀ àti ìyanu tí ó yí ayé rẹ padà? Ìjọ The Standing Church ń pe ìwọ àti ẹbí rẹ fún ìpàdé alágbára ọlọ́jọ́ méjì ni pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run ní gbọ̀ngàn International Conference Center ICC Fásitì Ìbàdàn ni ó ti wáyé ní ọjọ́ Friday 25th àti Saturday 26th ní oṣù tí a wà yìí. Agogo 8 àárọ̀ àti aago 4 ọ̀sán ni yóò máa wáyé. Máa bọ̀ fún ìyípadà ọ̀tun ayé rẹ.
Now that you have finished SS3 exams, what's next? Enroll for A-level program at OBMS Cambridge Advanced Level College, Total Garden, Ibadan for Cambridge A-level or JUPEP A-level program. It is your best option for admission into 200 level in Nigerian universities or admission to overseas universities. OBMS A-level college is known for excellent teaching, outstanding results, affordable fees, moral and spiritual development of students, and conducive boarding facilities. At OBMS A-level college, we also offer SATs, TOEFL, IELTS, GCE, UTME, and post-UTME coaching. For more information, visit our new complex along Total Garden NTA Road, Ibadan. Website www.obmsng.com. Contact us on 0803-386-1091 and 0803-303-9588. OBMS A-Level College. Excellence through integrity. Now that you have finished SS3 exams, what's next? Enroll for A-level program at OBMS Cambridge Advanced Level College, Total Garden, Ibadan for Cambridge A-level or JUPEP A-level program. It is your best option for admission into 200 level in Nigerian universities or admission to overseas universities. OBMS A-level college is known for excellent teaching, outstanding results, affordable fees, moral and spiritual development of students, and conducive boarding facilities. At OBMS A-level college, we also offer SATs, TOEFL, IELTS, GCE, UTME, and post-UTME coaching. For more information, visit our new complex along Total Garden NTA Road, Ibadan. Website www.obmsng.com. Contact us on 0803-386-1091 and 0803-303-9588. OBMS A-Level College. Excellence through integrity.
Oh, yo! Now God dey dash pikin to mama and papa dem o. And na so God dash breast milk to pikin dem. breast milk get all the better things wey good for your pikin, plus water. So therefore, give your pikin only breast milk for the first 6 months. No forget give your pikin breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message now from Ari Project or your State Ministry of Health.
Ọ̀rẹ́, ojú ti rí tó pẹ̀lú wàhálà owó bí apèròsọ́kọ̀ ṣe ń pariwo.
Ọ̀gbẹ́ni, wọlé pẹ̀lú change ẹ̀ o.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn ìyálọ́jà náà máa pariwo.
Ẹ dákun, owó yín ti yarí ilé gbà.
Àwọn ará ilé ìtajà ńlá náà máa sọ fún ẹ.
Ọ̀gá, kò sí change, ẹ fi mú súwìtì.
Nígbà tó bá tún wá rí iṣu tàbí ẹja yíyan tó ti ń pòǹgbẹ rẹ̀ tipẹ́.
Mi mú àpamọ́wọ́ mi dání ṣá.
Kò yẹ kí ilé ayé le tó bá wọn. Òun ló jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ṣe lo Momo láti fi sanwó fún gbogbo nǹkan. Pé *671# lórí fóònù rẹ tàbí kí o gba áàpù tuntun Momo sórí ẹ̀rọ ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ rẹ. Kí ìwọ náà lè gbé ìgbé ayé tó dùn pẹ̀lú wa. Momo, ó dára ju owó lọ.
Southwest, this is Jesus the Light.
Coming up every Sunday, 7 p.m., beginning July 2nd on Splash FM 105.5.
Ètò Jésù ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ ayé la mú wá tí ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní gbogbo alẹ́ ọjọ́ Sunday láago 7 bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ kejì oṣù keje lórí iléeṣẹ́ rédíò Splash FM 105.5.
Just straight Bible teaching, no offering, no denomination.
Ẹ̀kọ́ Bíbélì pọ́nbélé la fẹ́ kọ́, kò sí ìdámẹ́wàá, kò sówó ọrẹ.
It is clear, compelling, convicting, and comforting.
Àwọn ẹ̀kọ́ Bíbélì wọ̀nyí yóò tú òǹdè ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ àti ti ẹ̀sìn sílẹ̀ kúrò nínú ìgbèkùn wọn.
This is Jesus the Light every Sunday 7 p.m. beginning July 2nd on Splash FM 105.5.
Ètò Jésù nìmọ́lẹ̀ ayé rèé tí ó máa wáyé ní gbogbo alẹ́ Sunday bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ kejì oṣù keje ọdún tá a wà nù rẹ̀ yìí níléeṣẹ́ rédíò Splash FM 105.5 Ìbàdàn.
Splash FM 105.5.
Okay, welcome back. It is still War Sport right here on Splash 105.5 FM with Blessing Fowowe And Femighty and Daniel as well. All of us together in the studio this afternoon. Remember, we're live on our YouTube page. You can find us there and get on with the conversation. FIFA Women's World Cup, the final, Spain and England. Perhaps it's all about the big games coming up in the European leagues you want to talk about. Please get on Facebook, on YouTube rather, where we are streaming live, and we'd like to hear from you from there. While you're there, please subscribe to our YouTube page as well. And let's continue with the talk around FIFA Women's World Cup. And the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, has been under fire for comments he made yesterday. In his words, he's saying that women who pick the right fight can convince men what they have to do to bring progress in women's football. Well, the month-long Women's World Cup concludes tomorrow. That's when England takes on Spain in the finals at Stadium Australia in Sydney at 11 a.m. Nigerian time. And he was speaking in Sydney where he said, women must push the door to equality. In his words, if with men with FIFA, you find open doors, just push the doors. The Women's World Cup has generated over $570 million in revenues. In fact, that's the break even. They didn't lose any money, according to Infantino, but the discussion is not even around that. The discussion has been around the comments that he made that hasn't really gone down well with many stakeholders in the world of football. I mean, just so you don't think I'm making this up myself, listen to Gianni Infantino.
I say to all the women that you have the power to change. Pick the right battles. Pick the right fights. You have the power to change. You have the power to convince us men what we have to do and what we don't have to do. You do it. Just do it. With me, with FIFA, you will find open doors. Just push the doors. They are open.
Okay, Gianni Infantino there saying that women have to pick the right battles. I mean, why then do women have to push down doors if they are open? That's me wondering. Femighty, do you have... perhaps you can convince me otherwise, because I don't understand.
I think listening to it, I think it's a matter of... I honestly think he had good intentions. I just think probably he couldn't find the right words or poor choice of words to express himself. I think what he was trying to say was, all you have to do is just keep talking about it, and if you make enough noise about it, if you like the women, like the national team women did, to the extent that it was a major campaign issue, you know, when President Biden was campaigning against the former incumbent President Trump. So maybe if you make enough noise about it, we will be forced to do something about it.
So why should women make noise for men to want to help progress the women game?
Exactly.
Why?
So as I said, it's a poor choice of words and poor choice of expressions.
It's really poor choice of words. I think I want to disagree. You know, I think what this man is saying, one, is challenging the female, you know.
The women.
Yes, it's challenging the women, I beg your pardon. And I don't think there's anything really wrong in that. I mean, the choice of word is used. It's more or less, you know, you can do it and believing in them.
I mean, you could see that they were even applauding him at some point at the beginning.
At the beginning, because until they said you have to convince us men.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong in that. You can't compare them. Of course, I mean,
the expression
you can't compare the men, the woman with the man. The expression is somehow wrong.
Oh my God.
I don't think it's wrong.
You know, gender insensitive. Basically,
no, I don't think that way.
It is considering because what you're saying is that women are the controllers and the shakers, and if you cannot tell us, or if you cannot convince us that you deserve more,
then we cannot do anything.
We cannot give you more.
Isn't that the truth?
No, it's not. It's not.
Excuse me. It's not.
No, it's not.
It is not the truth.
It's not. I mean, even
we don't want to. Don't let us flog this. It's not the truth, but we're not flogging this.
Even right now, the General Secretary of FIFA is a woman, so it's not about you have to convince men. If you say you have to convince FIFA, then that's a different expression. But if you say you have to convince women, then that is something totally different.
Anyway, Norway striker Ada Egerbed has responded to Infantino's comments on Twitter, and she wrote, working on a little presentation to convince men. Who is in? Of course, Infantino is going to continue to get the flags for this one. I mean, it was a very poor choice of words, honestly. Maybe distasteful. I understand, you know, trying to say you have to keep pushing for a change. Asking women to convince men to make progress in the women's game.
I think it's just a
anyway, to the finals, Spain and England tomorrow. Spanish head coach Jorge Vidal says the squad is united and refused to answer questions about rumored splits in the team's camp ahead of the final tomorrow. He's been in charge of the team since 2015, guided the team to the first World Cup final despite 15 of his players writing to the Spanish Federation last October to demand changes behind the scenes after citing concerns about the 42-year-old's management style. And Sarina Vejman, on the other hand, has confirmed that all of our players, all 23 players, are available. They are fit and they are ready to get into what they call the biggest games of their life. This side met in the quarterfinals of the Euros last year, and England laboured to a 2-1 victory in extra time. Can we have, or are we going to have a repeat of that?
Well, it's going to be difficult. I think this is a different ball game entirely. We've seen Spain on a roll. I think the only time you could call to question, their performance was against Japan, which was the last game of the group stage, which was a dead rubber game. They had already qualified, before that game. So you want to look at their journey to the final. They've played 6 games. They've won 5 out of those 6 games. So it's been really, nice performance, and their ability to get back into the game quickly. I mean, we saw that semi-final against was it Sweden? Yeah, against Sweden, where they scored. In fact, the game practically came alive in the last 10 minutes of the game. They scored around the 86 minutes. Sweden equalized in the 88 minutes, and about 90 seconds after Sweden equalized, they still went ahead to get their winning goal. So they've shown that even when they are down, they can get back up. And there have been some very interesting players that have come to the party in this particular game. The usual lady who used to be the mover and shaker of the Spanish national team, Alexa Putellas, because of her recovery from ACL, she was not available in this one. But in the absence of Alex,
it's Jenny Omoso Paraluelo, who has been like the revelation of the tournament.
There is this young lady that has scored twice now that most people are already saying
it's Paraluelo.
It's Paraluelo. Yes. She should be in line for the young player of the tournament.
If she scores in the final, she should be in the conversation for player of the tournament.
The player of the tournament. So it's been amazing, and I think against England, against this Spanish ladies, I don't just see it. Although Serena Wigman has shown time and time again at this tournament that she's not after we have to play this swashbuck football, we have to play the enticing kind of game. She's about efficiency, and if you look at the way she has set up the team, especially after the first 2 games, it's been about efficiency, and they have been efficient. They've squeezed out the results, but they've gotten the results nevertheless. So for England, it will be a second consecutive final for Serena Wigman. So one would say that she's the more experienced of the 2 managers when it comes to navigating the final, and she has lost one, which means she has already been on the losing side.
Yeah.
She probably knows how to navigate herself to the winning side. Naturally, it's a battle between flair. It's a battle between the flair of Spain and a more conservative English team, a more conservative but effective English team. I don't see the English ladies being able to stop the Spanish ladies' flair in this final.
Daniel, what's your prediction?
So I was actually rooting for England and of course Sweden. Now
in the final?
No. I mean either of them to win the trophy.
Okay.
But I haven't seen what Sweden did. I think they considered just one prior to the semi-final, and I expected them to get to the final. And it was eventually Spain who defeated them. That's where I begin to tend towards Spain. Sweden were very, very, very hard to crack at the back, but then Spain, one way or the other, maneuver their ways, and from that angle, I begin to like, oh, good. And England, the English team as well too. They've been just like Femighty said, it's been efficiency, and they weren't really that fantastic. I think their toughest match where they couldn't score was against the Super Falcons.
Yeah, it is. Nigeria.
And of course, they ride their luck, and they're here in the final. You can't take anything away from them, despite the fact they have a lot of injuries prior to this tournament. They've one way or the other ground the result. Laura James, suspended, which is back for the final, which is more or less a moral booster for them. I think it's going to be very, very cagey. And I say, whoever wins, really.
Whoever wins. I thought you were picking England to win.
I was picking England from time.
What's going on now?
What I saw against, Sweden, from the Spanish side, lady. To be honest, it was surprising. But still, I'm still going to be like, okay, and hedge. 55-45. So I'm going to sledge
towards who?
England. Really.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, England being able to keep the likes of Bonmati, Redondo, and the other attacking threats of Spain will be very interesting to see. Definitely, there's a decision to be made. First game of the tournament, Elatun started ahead of Lauren James. After that, Lauren James started, behind the striker.
And Elatun is back in the starting lineup.
But then Elatun is back exactly after Lauren James got the red card.
Yeah.
Elatun is back, and she has been done very well. Exactly.
Very well.
So she has a decision to make right there.
So how about you? Use both of them.
Then who drops to the bench? Kara Walsh has been battling injuries.
Yeah.
We don't know if she will be fully fit for that kind of final. But we just wait and see. But then I'm tilting towards
Alex Greenwood has been amazing as well for the English side. But guys, before we leave this, who is your pick for player of the tournament and young player of the tournament?
I have to go for Casado.
Linda Casado. For young player of the tournament.
Young player of the tournament.
Okay.
I was going for Linda Casado before
they crashed out, yeah.
Yeah, no, not even before they crashed out, but then this Spanish lady,
Parallelo.
Yeah, she has actually really impressed me, and she always, comes off the bench most of the time, and she
performs.
She still makes. She still has an impact. So definitely, I think no one will be able to stop her if Spain wins it.
How old is Lauren James?
Lauren James is also in the shout, but she's about 21. Yeah, but what takes her out of it is that record. I don't think she's going to get it now. She was in the shout, but I don't think she's going to get it now. I'll be tilting towards either.
She's 21.
I'll be tilting towards either the Colombia lady, Caicedo, Linda Caicedo, or Parallelo.
That's for young player of the tournament.
Young player of the
tournament.
What
about player of the tournament?
For player of the tournament, this is serious.
this English young lady in the midfield, you just made mention of.
Kara Walsh?
No.
Alessia Russo?
Alessia Russo.
She has been fantastic.
The striker.
She has been fantastic.
The new Arsenal sign.
Instead of me to give it to Russo, I'm angry with Russo.
I know because she left Manchester.
I'd rather give it to Laura Helm. Let him take it. but then, honestly, I can't think beyond one of one of the Swedish ladies, but then I think those Swedish ladies were amazing. But we know that the best players always come from the finalists. So yeah. I'm going to have to give it to maybe Jennifer Emoso.
Jenny Emoso. Well, she hasn't been bad really. And of course, Inata of Japan, 5 goals. She is leading that charge for the Golden Boot. Okay, well, we're supposed to bring this interview last Saturday, but because, we had a lot to cover, we couldn't. They decided to shift it to today, and also was supposed to be live, but because of time difference, we decided to also record it. We had an exclusive interview with the erstwhile media officer of the South African women's national team, Mola Moraki. They spoke with us about the challenges of the South African women's team that they faced before the World Cup. He also talked to us about, what Africa can take out of the performances of the African teams at the World Cup. Whilst also hinting on some players on the Bayana squad that might be calling it quits with the national team.
I was already expecting that even in Super Falcons, I want to call quits now, boy. I want to ever lose Olympic.
All right, we'll take a break for this exclusive interview. When we return, we'll continue with the show. Keep it locked. To be back.
From winning the WAFCON last year to a round of 16 appearance, can you describe the feeling, the mood amongst South Africans generally, and maybe even amongst the players as well?
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for having me on this show. When we won, or rather when we qualified for the second round of the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, there was great joy. I was in Australia with the team. It was actually a lot of joy. You could see from social media and speaking to some of my journalist friends who were left behind here in South Africa. There was so much joy in South Africa, in a sense that this was obviously history in the making. We all know that. But, it was also a sort of a step up, some form of progress for the team, having won the AFCON. And now here we are. We're at the biggest stage in women's football, in fact, in football. And the team is actually performing as many had expected to say. They have the capability, the ability, and perhaps the energy to get into the second round. And that's what they did. And now back home, the joy was just humongous. It was just huge. You could see that everyone is really rallying behind this team, and that meant a lot for the team.
Yes, indeed. And you talked about winning the WAFCON. I want to talk about the progress over the years now, because I know it's been years and years of knocking on the door, trying to win this. Of course, Nigeria has always been in the midst, always stopping. But finally it's happened. But let's talk about the progress over the years, and I'm pretty sure a lot of work has gone into that. But how much of the work that has gone into it over the years would you say has led South African women's national team to this very moment?
South Africa has been to the WAFCON on 13 occasions, and the 2022 edition was the 13th time that South Africa was there. And time and again, the Super Falcons were always flying over us. So, you'll recall that 5 times we were runners-up, which simply shows that there was a lot done by the team to ensure that, someday we will get to this promised land, which is winning and lifting the title. And it duly came, obviously, in Morocco last year. And you could see the joy in the players. You could see the joy in the coach that, after 12 years of trying, or rather 12 editions of trying, to get to this prestigious trophy, being Queens of the Continent. Finally, here we are. Here's a group of special players of Banyana that have finally done it. And they were not only doing it for themselves, they were also doing it for the players that came before them, that laid the foundation to ensure that, that South Africa gets to the top, where we believe that it belongs.
All through this journey, there must have been some sort of challenges along the way. And also we heard news about, while the team was getting prepared to go to, Australia, New Zealand, the challenges they faced as well, which of course is not peculiar to South Africa. Some of the other African teams had their own challenges as well. But I'd like to know how that was able to be resolved so the players could actually concentrate on their football.
That was a very challenging period for the team, especially if you talk the immediate challenge, which was finances. And as you know, it's not an issue isolated to South Africa only. We heard that Nigeria has the same issue. We heard that Zambia could be having the same. We heard that the Lionesses in England could be having the same issue. Years ago, we heard also that the USA had the issue, and the matter even ended up in court. So it was really not anything out of the unexpected, but it was just the manner in which things were done. Because when the players presented their case, the FA just pushed everything back, and I think it sort of caused a serious commotion, and it caused a real standoff, which even meant that the team said we're not playing a send-off match, which was set for them. But also there were other reasons why not playing that send-off match. I mean, first of all, the choice of venue. It was a venue where not even the Premier Soccer League main team played there. Also, the choice of opposition. And with due respect to Botswana, if you're going to play against the likes of Netherlands, USA, Sweden in the World Cup, you cannot be playing Botswana to prepare yourself for such a higher stage. So the players were saying, just give us what we deserve, which is a better playing pitch, because we're playing on that pitch, we're going to break our legs, we're going to have ankle injuries, we're going to have all sorts of challenges. And then also you bring us Botswana. But when we get to the World Cup, you're going to play against Colombia, you play against Jamaica, you play against Japan. You saw what happened with Zambia. Zambia, they were walloped in two matches heavily. So despite having one of the best preparations, which ended up with them beating Germany 3-2. So the South African players were mainly saying, just give us what we deserve. But unfortunately, the FA was not willing to meet them halfway. But eventually there was the government that stepped in and helped where they could. Even the CAF president, Patrice Motsepe's foundation, came in and helped financially, and eventually the matter was resolved. But it didn't have to come to that, and it didn't have to come to that point. Fortunately, the matter was resolved, and that is why you saw the team playing the way they did.
Speaking of playing the way they did, it got them into the round of 16. Nigeria also got into the round of 16. Same with Morocco as well. That's the first time we've seen 3 African teams in the knockout stages of the FIFA Women's World Cup. I mean, each team going through different circumstances to get to that stage. But how much of that do you think would really help develop the women's game in Africa? Seeing how far Nigeria, South Africa, and Morocco were able to go at this year's World Cup.
From where I stand, I want to believe that these 4 teams, these 4 nations, Nigeria, Morocco, South Africa, and Zambia, were sending a statement to say, Africa, here are your children. We can actually do this, but we need more help. If South Africa, Morocco, and Nigeria could make it to the second round without the help, the challenges that they had. Morocco, to some extent, they were sort of doing well because they've got a lot of support from their government. They've got a lot of support from sponsors. But with South Africa and Nigeria, there were a lot of challenges going into these matches, but they still managed to get into the second round. So they were just basically sending a message to say, yes, with our talent and our determination and our passion, we can do this, but we can do more if there was support from government, there was support from the FA, and I want to believe that what they have said here is that going forward, the government and the FAs and probably corporate companies will come on board to say we need to actually help this sport grow, because women's football is the fastest growing sport in the world currently. So if no one is coming on board to assist, then we'll again 4 years down the line be talking about the same thing, that Nigeria played well, Morocco played well, South Africa played well, but we really don't go over the line.
Okay, Mr. Morake, it was adjudged at the World Cup that South Africa, during the group stages, our team that scored in all the group stage games of the FIFA Women's World Cup. But it was also said that one of the undoings of the South African team was the defensive lapse. They conceded at least 2 goals in every game they played at the FIFA Women's World Cup. But what do you think South Africa can do to, should I say, correct this deficient part of the team?
Very good question that you've laid there. And I must say, to some extent, I think the defense was solid, but unfortunately, the goals came in. So obviously, when the goals come in, you sort of then think the defense was not the best. But if you look at where the goals came from, you'll find that actually the goals came from the middle. The midfielders did not connect enough. But unfortunately, when the stats come out, they say the defense conceded 2 goals. But be that as it may, back to your question, I think it's both. South Africa can actually go out there and look for tall, strong defenders, because what we have are just sort of midgets in our defense.
And I noticed that the set pieces were issues.
Absolutely. I mean, the tallest player in our team is goalkeeper Andilda. I mean, who wasn't playing? She's 1.7, and then you've got Jermaine Soposeng, who was coming back every time. She's about 1.6, 1.7 thereabouts. But I think the main issue for South African football, and perhaps for African football in general, is the professionalization of the game. If we don't professionalize the game, we will always fall behind. Because prior to the World Cup, I was on a Zoom call with FIFPro, and they presented a report to say, how will the African teams fare at the World Cup? And they said, because African teams play little or less matches, we will always not go the full distance, because we're playing against people who are playing at high level every week in, week out, whereas we only come in at a certain stage to play high level football, and then we drop again. So once we professionalize the game, I want to believe that the game will go higher, and the issues of defense and the strike force that you mentioned that we were the best. I mean, if you saw Tembi in the last match against Sweden, or rather the Netherlands, we should have buried the Netherlands. They should not have proceeded. We should have gone ahead ahead of them. But Tembi and the other forwards could not convert all those chances that came their way.
You talk about professionalization of the league now. The SAPL, the Men's Premier League in South Africa, is one of the best leagues in Africa, but it's looking like the ladies are not there yet. What are the South African Football Federation doing to try and bring up a league in South Africa so that the professional side of the female football in South Africa also can, start coming up?
Let me give you a quick background. I know we're running out of time, but we should thank Sasol, the sponsors of Banyana, for years ago, 2009, bringing up the Sasol League. And from the Sasol League, there was the birth of the Hollywood Bet Super League. That is what is currently happening today. And if you look at the PSL, the men's league, there's so many sponsors there. But unfortunately, none of them are trickling down to the women's football, and because of several reasons. One, there aren't many eyes watching women's football in South Africa. Our media is not really focused on women's football, except when it's your World Cup, when it's Olympic qualifiers and such like tournaments. So as soon as we have bumps in the seats to go watch women start trickling in, because they want return on investments. But with all those things not in place, it's going to be a challenge. The other day I was talking to Romani Pinnock. She's the new head of women's football at SAFA. And she knows she's got a mammoth task ahead of her. But one of her primary targets is to ensure that she brings in corporate companies on board to say to them, listen, football, as I said, or rather women's football is the fastest growing phenomenon in the world. Come and be part of us, so that come 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup, South Africa can be a force to be reckoned with at the World Cup, and not to be happy with a second round finish, but go all the way to the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and probably do better than the showing that we gave in Australia and New Zealand.
Okay, all right. And final one before we leave, we just want to know, what do you think is next for South Africa? What next? I mean, Olympics is coming up. Well, I mean, how do you expect the team to build on the success of the Women's World Cup? What's next?
There's no rest for the women's national team. I mean, next month the team is traveling to the US. They're going to Cincinnati and Chicago, where they'll be playing 2 friendly matches. And then immediately after that, in October, there's your DR Congo versus South Africa. It's the Olympic qualifiers, and there's also the second round of the WAFCON qualifier. So it's going to be a very busy chock-a-block end to the year. The girls will be keeping busy. But now there's another challenge. We've got players that are at school. They'll be writing exams. We've got players that probably want to call time on their international career. I mean, having reached the high of playing in the World Cup. So Coach Desiree has got a lot of things to work with over the next 2-3 weeks before she announces a squad to the US, because now the 4-year cycle to the 4-year cycle to the next World Cup starts right away for South Africa, and perhaps for all the African nations that will want to be in the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup.
Quickly, before we go, can you give us a hint, inside hints on those players who are trying to call it quits, or who are planning to call it quits on their international career?
I can tell you now for... No, I can tell you, but this is not confirmed. I know Nukumatlo, she's on 168, 169 caps. She's probably thinking about calling it quits and focusing on club football. Janine van Veek was not in the squad. She's eyeing to catch that record of the African best kept African player, both male and female. If she gets 2 matches, I think she'll also say enough is enough. So those 2 are the ones that I'm eyeing. There could be some that say, no, international football is no longer for me. Let me just focus on club football. But yeah, those 2 are the ones that I think in the next 2-3 months we could hear something. If not, it is what it is. They want to continue playing.
All right, thank you very much. Time is up. We have to leave. Thank you for being a part of our show. Thank you for granting us this audience. I hope that next time we call upon you, we can always have you with us. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Okay, there you had it. The exclusive interview we had with the immediate past media officer of the South African women's national team, Matlomola Moraki. One of the things I picked away from that interview was talking about how Africans don't play enough football to be able to match up in terms of fitness level with these teams who are on the European scene. And really, it's one of the reasons why we are having some of the issues that we are having. Hopefully, we can professionalize the game, and the story will be different from there on. Okay, Super Falcons defender Osnacio Hale has joined the Mexican club Pachuca Femenini. She was, of course, one of Nigeria's top performers at the Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. And she was also named the player of the match, remember, in that 3-2 victory against Australia. Okay, we're moving on away from women's football now and straight into European football. We had German Bundesliga starting... played yesterday, where Harry Kane scored and set up a goal on his Bundesliga debut as champions Bayern Munich recorded a thumping win at Werder Bremen. And Kane swept a low right-footed effort past home goalkeeper Jiri Pavlenka in the 15 yards to double Bayern's lead. They had earlier assisted Leroy Sané's 2 goals with a deft clip over the top inside 4 minutes. And let's talk about Bayern Munich Hurricane. He started live to his Bundesliga. I mean, last weekend I felt hazy somehow, but everything has, you can talk about restarting somehow.
Well, I expect Bayern to be really, really, on the go this season with Tuchel. They're trying to rebuild that team and bringing them to his own, pattern of play. And talking of Harry Kane itself, I watched the highlights of that goal where he made an assist and, of course, scored a wonderful goal from Fossos Davis assisting him. Harry Kane is going to score a lot of goals this season. I think the least I expect from Harry Kane this season in the Bundesliga alone should be not less than 30 goals. I mean, in his debut season. We know what this man can do. Back there in England before he moved, to Bundesliga. It's because last season, Haaland took the whole credit away from him. It was just 6 goals different. Haaland scored 36 goals. Harry Kane scored a whopping 30 goals. Despite the fact they have a turbulent, season where they have 3 different, managers in charge, but yet he scored a whopping 30 goals, and that really, really, helped him. And this season in Bundesliga, I expect nothing less than 30 or even more goals.
30 goals for...
in the Bundesliga. Absolutely.
I think it's possible, actually. I mean, already in his first game, he only played about 60 to 70 minutes and he already got a goal and an assist. I think, and one of the team they played yesterday is one of the more difficult teams. That's Werder Bremen. I think they're easier teams than Werder Bremen, in the German Bundesliga this season. So naturally, depending on his availability, I think we know that he was always going to do well in the German Bundesliga. Helping them, putting them in the title conversation for the Champions League is what I believe he was really there for. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. But then a perfect start for Harry Kane to life at Bayern. Okay,
perfect start to life at Bayern for Harry Kane. And for the team they left behind in England, Tottenham, they have a tie against Manchester United later today. First of all, we're having a prediction.
Yep. Absolutely. We're predicting 2 games, and we are so benevolent that you only need to get the correct prediction of one game.
But make sure you predict 2 games.
The 2 games. You have to predict the 2 games. You cannot say, I just predict Manchester City and I got it right and I've won. No, you've got to predict the 2 games.
Yes.
But all you have to do to win is get correctly the prediction of one game. So you can start going on our YouTube page now to drop your predictions. The 2 games we're predicting are for today.
Yeah.
And it is Tottenham Hotspur at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Manchester United, and Manchester City at the Etihad against Newcastle. Predict the correct result of those 2 games, and get one of them right, and you would have won an interesting prize on War Sports. So it's our prediction game. You can go on our YouTube fan page now and start dropping your predictions. Manchester United against Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester City against Newcastle.
Okay, and Tottenham, life without Harry Kane started last weekend for them. Richarlison playing number 9. Honestly, I wonder. He didn't really do so well, honestly, that number 9 position. If we are being sincere with ourselves.
He didn't do so well, but I wouldn't put it on his shoulders alone. I think even Son felt in that game like a child missing his mother or something, or a guy missing his BFF, his best friend or something like that. He didn't look like he was in the game. He didn't look like he knew what he wanted to do in the game. And at some point, he had to be substituted because he was offering nothing in the game. So I expect a more coordinated, and that was like a day or 2 after Harry Kane left, so they must all have still been feeling the exit of Harry Kane. But I expect a more coordinated Tottenham Hotspur. I expect Son Min-Heung to have gotten himself back. Maybe he can click more, because one thing I noticed was that nobody was clicking with Richarlison. We saw Richarlison play as number 9 for Brazil, at the FIFA World Cup, and he did, better than he fared against Brentford. So I believe it's about getting used to, and the truth is, Richarlison is not the kind of number 9 that Harry Kane is. So you have to get used to playing with Richarlison as a number 9. So it's a different composition. They have different sides to their game. You won't compare Harry Kane as a number 9 to Richarlison as a number 9. So they just have to get used to Richarlison as number 9. And I think if I were to judge between what Manchester United played, although you can't do that, and what Tottenham Hotspur played against Brentford, I think I'll give Tottenham Hotspur the more chance to get a win in this game. And more so because Tottenham Hotspur, it will be their first game, at home this season in the Premier League. I'm sure they want to give in a stellar performance. But generally, I think they will definitely miss Harry Kane. And I think they will definitely need to bring in a striker.
Okay, so...
No, not because Richarlison will not score goals, or because he also has injury woes. So you cannot really trust him to be available
to keep fit
for the
entire season. Someone is asking on YouTube, what's the prediction again, please? Okay, we're asking you to predict the Manchester United versus Tottenham game. Also predict the City versus Newcastle game. And what you have to do is to win is just to get one of those 2 predictions right. But no, you have to predict both games, because I'm already seeing Awoto Eboluwatife here predicting just Tottenham and Man U. No, you have to drop prediction for both games. But you will be considered to win if you get just one right. There's a difference there. So it has to be 2 predictions. I mean, please keep them in the same post. You don't have to post twice. So I'll be looking for one prediction at the top and one at the bottom. Please, in one comment straight up. So 2
because I noticed that Bolo Atfe had already dropped.
Yes, so please keep it in the same comments. I mean, just so we make things easier for ourselves. So City Newcastle rather, and Manchester United Tottenham. Those are the 2 games that we are predicting. Please get right on our YouTube now. Prediction ends the moment we leave the studio.
So by 10 p.m. tonight, we should know our winners.
We should know our winners. Yes, that is. And Newcastle and Manchester City. Daniel, Newcastle started live to Premier League on fire last weekend. 5-1 victors they were. And Manchester City, very convincing over Burnley, but you could tell that they kind of missed Kevin De Bruyne.
Absolutely, they do miss Kevin De Bruyne, but both of them, what mattered most is, a true champion, granting out the result, which they did. I think emphatically scoring 3 goals, away to Burnley, who as well could be so difficult to play against coming from the championship, And coming to this game, Newcastle United, remember this type last season, it was a 6 goals thriller between Newcastle.
3-3. I mean, in fact, they were 3-1 up at first.
Between the both of them, and it was very, very entertaining. Newcastle will score goals, and they will concede. Manchester City will score goals, of course, they will consider as well too. So it makes it more interesting, and it looks like to me like the match of the week as far as I'm concerned. Not forgetting the Chelsea one, but then this looks like the match of the week because you will see a lot of entertainment, a lot of flair, a lot of goals in this. But on what I saw both of them played in their first match, I'm going to tend a bit towards Newcastle. Most especially, everybody wants City down for this time around.
Being true what Daniel said, we cannot detach history from football. And historically, at the Etihad Stadium, of the last 16 games that Manchester City have played against Newcastle, Manchester City have won 14 and have gotten 2 draws. So in the last 16 games at the Etihad, Newcastle United have not beaten Manchester City at all. Now, we did all of course, records are meant to be broken. Would this be the time? Is this Newcastle good enough to go to the Etihad and get a win? I think the answer is yes. Is this Manchester City team, I won't say bad enough. I think bad is but are they weakened enough to be able to lose their opening game of the season at home? I'm not sure. I think I will go with a fair draw.
A fair draw.
Yeah.
And don't forget, City has a lot of matches to play this season.
Absolutely. And the fact that they are just coming back from Greece during the week, Newcastle United have had a whole week
of time to rest.
So that will definitely come to play eventually.
Okay, and City coach Pep Guardiola says City will be under scrutiny like you cannot imagine if they were spending like Chelsea
945 million in 3 transfer windows.
But you should consider net spend here, because that's going to be very, very crucial. Net spend in sense that
the amount is sold.
The amount you're sold as well. So it means that as you are buying, you are selling. And their net spend is actually 53, which is fair.
Which is fair, actually.
Very fair. City have, Chelsea rather have attempted to, or they are doing what we've previously thought was impossible, that you cannot change an entire team within 2 transfer windows.
They have done it.
Egg in my face for that one, and they have done it. And Guardiola says, if they dare try it, they would be dead. Of course, you know that they are under scrutiny as well for breaching FFP rules, and the jury is still out on that one. We don't know how that will go eventually. We need to take a very quick break. Remember, our prediction is on YouTube. We want you to predict 2 games: Tottenham and Manchester United, Newcastle and Manchester City. And for you to win, you have to get just one of those right. So, but we need you to predict 2 games, and please keep that prediction for both games in one comment. Please don't do separate, so I will not be looking for.
I see
because your comment will enter bush from there.
Exactly. Dave K has corrected himself, so that's
very good. So
just
please,
keep it in the
one
post.
those 2 predictions in one post, and all you need to win is just to get one correctly. So after this break, we'll continue with the show. It is What's Sport ID on Splash 105.5 FM. Oh, it's 09155 1055. Oh, it's 056998678. 0706 949 3000. Still to come on the show, if you were to set an agenda for the new Minister of Youth of Sports, sorry, no longer Youth and Sport, for the new Minister of Sports Development in Nigeria, what would that agenda be? When we return, we're back for more. Keep it locked.
Splash FM 105.5.
It's time again. Àkókò ti tó láti rìnrìn àjò lọ sí ilẹ̀ mímọ́ Jerusalem pẹ̀lú iléeṣẹ́ You Fit Fly àti Gospel Vibes Limited. You Fit Fly presents 2023 Holy Pilgrimage to the Holy Land of Jerusalem. Lọ́tẹ̀ yìí, Màmá Ajínrere Tọ́pẹ́ Àlàbí láwùjọ máa rìnrìn àjò yìí pọ̀. Òjò ìbùkún yóò rọ̀ bí gbajúgbajà olórin ẹ̀mí ni yóò ṣe máa fi orin ẹ̀mí fa agbára Ọlọ́run sọ̀kalẹ̀. Àkókò rèé fún ọ láti jẹ́rìí sí agbára Ọlọ́run. You will be blessed with abundant testimonies with the ministration of Evangelist Tọ́pẹ́ Àlàbí láti ọjọ́ 9 títí di ọjọ́ 16 oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2023 láò fi wà ní ilẹ̀ mímọ́ Jerusalem 9 to 16 October 2023. You can trust You Fit Fly with your dream journey to Jerusalem. We are located at Block 8, Plot 15, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan, 0901 111 1190. Or visit our website at www.youfitfly.com. Jerusalem Pilgrimage 2023, organized by You Fit Fly. Wá kí wọ́n náà jẹ́rìí sagbára Ọlọ́run.
jẹ̀bù kàǹkà pẹ̀lú ọba. Gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ olówó iyebíye nínú àǹfààní tí Boa Cement PLC mú wá. Látọjọ́ kẹwàá oṣù kẹjọ títí dọjọ́ kọkànlélọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2023. Máa ra símẹ́ǹtì Boa kò ní láǹfààní àti jẹ̀bù. Ọ̀kan lára àwọn ọkọ̀ ayọ́kẹ́lẹ́ bọ̀gìnì MG5 mẹ́rin. Kò wá tọ́ síbẹ̀. Báwọn mẹ́rìndínlógún ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ yóò ṣe máa fẹ̀bùn mílíọ̀nù kan náírà ṣèfàjẹ́. Kò yẹ ẹnikẹ́ni sílẹ̀. Àwọn kẹ̀kẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ mẹ́ta, tẹlifíṣàn, ẹ̀rọ amúnáwá, ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ aláfikàtẹ̀ lójú. Tíṣẹ̀tì Boa ní ògbẹ́yìn. Àwọn iná tó mọ́lẹ̀ jọpọ̀tọ̀. Tá a lè rìchá. Ló wà nílẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀ yanturu. Láti fi ṣèfàjẹ́. Àìbalẹ̀ ọkọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ sìmẹ́ǹtì. Ó ti lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ àpò sìmẹ́ǹtì Boa tó wà nílẹ̀ láti fi ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún iṣẹ́ ilé kíkọ́ rẹ̀. Àkókò àti jẹ̀fà káàdì ìpè ọ̀fẹ́ àti dẹ́tà rẹ̀. Ra Boa Cement. Mú káàdì tó wà nínú rẹ̀. Gbogbo láti mọ wẹ́ẹ̀bù tó jẹ́. Pe nọ́mbà tó ń bẹ lára káàdì tó bóyè. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé 0916-9981-68648 àti 0916-8948-542. Àdéhùn àtọ̀rọ̀ àjọsọ ń bẹ o. Boa Cement. Ọba Òkun.
It's a new dawn in the world of education as West Midlands Open University WMOU, a new online university, receives licensing approval to offer degree granting programs in Nigeria. WMOU is bringing university education close to you in faculties of business, social sciences, and various courses like accounting, business management, economics, and lots more to choose from. Our courses are flexible and you get to choose your learning environment, which allows professionals and anyone in the workforce to further their education with ease. Flexible payment options are available, but various other ways to make studying with us more affordable. Enroll at WMOU to get that degree today. For more inquiries and updates, follow us on any of our social media platforms at WMOU Nigeria on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. On LinkedIn and YouTube, it's West Midlands Open University. Admission date for the September session will be announced soon, so get ready. WMOU, another first in the Ibadan's educational history.
Bàbá, ẹ dákun a fẹ́ wọnú ẹgbẹ́ àgbà. Àìsàn abáàdì tí ń ṣọ̀rẹ́ mi. Ó ti lo gbogbo oògùn kó ní ọlọ́rìí fẹsẹ̀ létọ̀ọ́. Lóòótọ́ làwọn àìsàn afínní nàkànàkàn bẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé tí wọ́n bá rọ́ọ̀lù yàn pẹ́rẹ́ fúnra oníkọ́ ní ọ̀fẹ́ máa fẹnu ara rẹ̀ pẹ́kú. Aṣíwájú elégbòogi herbal therapy lọ́nà àbáyọ bírú ẹ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́ wulẹ̀ po kámbáàdì mu nítorí àìsàn tí òjú tásíwájú elégbòogi ó tán pẹ́pẹ́ dànù. Àwọn irinṣẹ́ àgbàlódé ló sẹ̀ ti kalẹ̀ yìí tí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ fi ṣàyẹ̀wò kí wọ́n lè mọ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lágọ̀ọ́ ara gan lábẹ́ ìdarí akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ medical consultant tó dúró tán. Gbàgàdà lọ́fíìsì wá sí dàálẹ̀ látago 9 àárọ̀ sí 4 àrọ̀lẹ́ lọ́jọ́ Monday sí Friday, aago 9 àárọ̀ sí 3 ọ̀sán ni lọ́jọ́ Saturday. 49 Sango UI Road beside Fat Oil Filling Station opposite Sango Police Station Ibadan. 0802-223-3370 0802-223-3370. Ẹ dúró gbé gbogbo ẹ̀sán tí ń jẹ kòbókò lọ́wọ́ aṣíwájú elégbòogi herbal therapy.
Are you in need of a nice and comfortable, fully furnished hostel accommodation in the University of Ibadan? Or are you in search of a place for seminars and executive trainings? Look no further. Adebayo Akonde Hall is the go-to place for your lodging needs with a home away from home feel. Adebayo Akonde Hall is a 4-star hostel built in a serene environment with constant supply of electricity. It has fully furnished rooms that gives you great comfort at an affordable price. Adebayo Akonde Hall is located at Ajibode Extension, University of Ibadan. For inquiries and reservations, visit www.adebayohall.com or call 080-5699-8718 or 080-5699-8719 or 080-5699-8720. Adebayo Akonde Hall. Built for comfort. Built for you.
Glory to God! Heart Enlargement Special is here. The Standing Church International invites you to a 2-day powerful encounter with God. Dates: Friday 25th and Saturday 26th August 2023. Time: 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. Venue: the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. Ministering: the visionary Manifold Grace Ministries. There will be miracles, healings, salvations, and deliverances. Come and receive a touch from God that will change your life forever. See you there.
Enlargement Special ti dé o. Ǹjẹ́ o fẹ́ ìwòsàn, ìgbàlà, ìtúsílẹ̀ àti ìyanu tí ó yí ayé rẹ padà? ìjọ the standing church ń pe ìwọ àti ẹbí rẹ fún ìpàdé alágbára ọlọ́jọ́ méjì ni pẹ̀lú ọlọ́run ní gbọ̀ngàn international conference center ICC fásitì ìbàdàn ni ó ti wáyé ní ọjọ́ friday 25th àti saturday 26th ní oṣù tí a wà yìí agogo 8 àárọ̀ àti agogo 4 ọ̀sán ni yóò máa wáyé máa bọ̀ fún ìyípadà ọ̀tun ayé rẹ.
ọ̀rẹ́ ojú ti rí tó pẹ̀lú wàhálà owó bí apèrèsọ́kọ̀ ṣe ń pariwo.
ọ̀gbẹ́ni wọlé pẹ̀lú change ẹ̀ o.
bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn ìyálọ́jà náà máa pariwo.
ẹ dákun owó yín ti yá yín lè gbà.
àwọn ará ilé ìtajà ńlá náà máa sọ fún ẹ.
ọ̀gá kò sí change ẹ fi mú súwìtì.
nígbà tó bá tún wá rí iṣu tàbí ẹja yíyan tó ti ń pòǹgbẹ rẹ̀ tipẹ́.
ooo mi mú àpamọ́wọ́ mi dání ṣá.
kò yẹ kílé ayé le tó bá òun ló jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ní orílẹ̀-èdè nàìjíríà ṣe lo múmù láti fi sanwó fún gbogbo nǹkan pé *671# lórí fóònù rẹ tàbí kí o gba áàpù tuntun múmù sórí ẹ̀rọ ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ rẹ kí ìwọ náà lè gbé ìgbé ayé tó dùn pẹ̀lú wa múmù ó dára ju owó lọ.
Glory to God! Heart Enlargement Special is here. The Standing Church International invites you to a 2-day powerful encounter with God. Dates, Friday 25th and Saturday 26th August 2023. Time, 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. Venue, the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. Ministering, the visionary Manifold Grace Ministries. There will be miracles, healings, salvations, and deliverances. Come and receive a touch from God that will change your life forever. See you there.
Enlargement Special ti dé o. Ǹjẹ́ o fẹ́ ìwòsàn, ìgbàlà, ìtúsílẹ̀ àti ìyanu tí ó yí ayé rẹ padà? Ìjọ the standing church ń pe ìwọ àti ẹbí rẹ fún ìpàdé alágbára ọlọ́jọ́ méjì ni pẹ̀lú ọlọ́run ní gbọ̀ngàn international conference center ICC fásitì ìbàdàn ni ó ti wáyé ní ọjọ́ friday 25th àti saturday 26th ní oṣù tí a wà yìí agogo 8 àárọ̀ àti agogo 4 ọ̀sán ni yóò máa wáyé máa bọ̀ fún ìyípadà ọ̀tun ayé rẹ.
Here is
105.5.
Accessing 105.6. One station, all the hits.
105.5. Splash.
Welcome back to Sport right here on Splash 105.5 FM. Remember, we're live on our YouTube page where we are streaming, and that's where we want you to drop your predictions for today. 2 games: Tottenham, Manchester United, Newcastle, and Manchester City. Once we leave the studio, prediction will come to a close. So please go there and do that really quickly. You can call us now as well: 08091551055, 08056998678, 0706949300. If you were to set an agenda for the new Minister of Sport, what's that one thing that you would like for him to really handle? That's the question there. In Italian Serie A, it kicks off this weekend. Of course, you know, last season was Napoli who clinched their first title in 33 years in what was a delectable fashion. And we also saw Milan and Inter, doing so well, giving us a throwback in the Champions League. Fiorentina and Roma also getting to the European finals that's the Conference League and Europa League as well. But now it's a new season, and one of the questions we want to see if can be answered is if Napoli can repeat the brilliance that they had last season. Under a new coach, that is, and Milan's revolution, will it bring them success? Also seeing the Juventus and the troubles that they have off the field, where would that get them this season? Hello, who do we have here? Our first caller on the show.
Good afternoon, Blessing.
Good afternoon.
Femighty.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Falari.
Okay, Falari, welcome. Let's make this very fast, please.
Okay, so setting an agenda is difficult because it's not like with a round schedule. So I don't know if this guy has any passion for this game of sport, looking at his background. For all the same, we can to set agenda. It's something that has been reoccurring, like recurring decimal, which means preparation for tournaments, either female or male, should be top-notch. We cannot continue wishing and hoping things should be fine. Look at the male basketball now. Yeah. I don't know what to do, but I think we have to work on the preparation. If we can do that, that would be fantastic. And Femighty, thanks for the odds last week. Man, you straight away 2-0.
How much did you win?
That was the one that I got tickets now. And I'm for Chelsea. I'm on Chelsea will win Champions League. Sorry, they win the league though. They win treble this league. We did they perform last week. they will just win everything.
They will win everything.
Calm down. It's just one match. I saw improvement truly.
Yeah.
But calm down.
I agree.
In fact, the truth of the matter is that I believe they will do well, but I'm afraid for them. They are recruiting too many young players. When it gets to the deep end,
the experience,
they might start failing.
Okay.
I wish them all the best.
All right. Thank you very much for Larry. 08091551055, 08056998678, 0706949300. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Blessing.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah,
this is Akimbolu Shiri. Okay, welcome. I know. Let's make this quick, please. Yeah.
Femighty and the guy in the house. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, you still say the agenda for the new Minister for Sport.
Yes.
To me, I do not expect anything from any of our Minister for Sport. Because from time past, they have been disappointing us. I think the one that I can see is a little bit fair. What is it? I haven't forgotten. During this time of Jonathan. So that was the last time we have any Minister for Sport that is a bit know what he's doing. I know virtually nothing about this one, to be honest with you. But let it and see what will happen during this tenure.
Okay.
So my Manchester United this evening. Wow. I think this team left us to let me say they pick where they left the last season. In fact, that match was so disappointing. In fact, our expectation, let me say my expectation was so high, but at the end of the day, I was so disappointed. So today, I'm not going to expect anything. I just go there, watch the match, and then whatever happens, glory be to God. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for calling.
Expect Man U to beat Tottenham Hotspur at your own peril.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's the name?
Yeah, Femighty M9. I don't understand.
What's up?
Man U, Abi.
Of course. Please, Femighty, please, I just call Senna, his number is not gone. Please try and call him to make benchmark.
What's he make with tell him?
Ava is not available.
Make him bench mount, please.
Bench missing mount.
Of course. My brother, call him. Tell him send him bench missing mount. I'm tired. I will call Bolly number is switch.
But season just start to make it bench missing mount. Okay now.
Then bench him now. Then bench him. What is happening? The preseason was see as though the last week is just falling like brother Bernard.
They fall like waiting.
Brother Bernard. All right, thank you very much for calling.
No, like he has had Brother Bernard, moments like twice now in the Manchester United. So I'm beginning to wonder.
Brother Bernard. Anyway, Italy have named former Napoli boss Luciano Spalletti as the new manager following the departure of Roberto Mancini. Remember, Spalletti left Napoli last summer after guiding Napoli to their first Serie A title in 33 years. He wanted to take a year-long sabbatical, but now he's made a return to football as Italian.
I think it wasn't about the sabbatical, other than he knew that he couldn't replicate that, so he wanted to just leave.
I think he has issues with the owner as well. I think that's the major reason why he left. They had rancor towards the end of the season.
Anyway, for Mancini, the report is that Saudi Arabia might be dangling the money in his front.
That was why he himself resigned.
Who knows? But he denied it, but we know what's going on.
We know what's going on anyway. Until it's confirmed and official anyway, it's all going to be in the realm of speculation. And in France, PSG forwards Kylian Mbappe and Dembele are ready to start against Toulouse later today, and that's according to the manager Luis Enrique. He says he's very happy to have a world-class player like Kylian back with the squad. Is in great shape. He has a lot of desire and a very good state of mind. So you're going to see him in action.
Just one goalless draw.
Just one goalless draw. And they ran back to Beckley and Mbappe. Anyway, Femighty, what are the odds for the weekend? Remember, Rep Your Club is coming, season 6.
Absolutely.
We've been talking about this since Thursday. It's going to be bigger and better. Talk about Saudi. That's the theme basically, and we're asking you to come out with have fun with us while you rep your club. I mean, if you're a United fan, please come out and rep your club. You're a City fan, Arsenal fan, Enyimba fan, Shooting Stars. It's going to be on the 28th of September 2023 at Jogo Event Center. That's Rep Your Club Season 6, and our headline act is King Said Oshukpa himself. And it's going to be co-sponsored by Bet King. And before the day, we're going to be revealing who our other acts are going to be. But just keep the date at the back of your mind. 28th of September. Come have fun with us, celebrating your teams in your favorite jersey. That is. So, what are the odds that you have cooked for us today?
Okay, today we have decided to go very conservative because
you are learning from last week.
Because of effect of what happened last week when we were humbled. Okay, so here are the odds. Liverpool, Bournemouth, straight win for Liverpool at Anfield. Napoli, Frosinone.
Oh, don't spoil already.
Is that?
Oh, don't spoil already.
Say Liverpool.
You said Liverpool
to win.
To win. Oh, don't spoil already. Go ahead.
At Anfield.
Liverpool to win at Anfield against Bournemouth. Yeah.
Remind you.
Napoli to get the better of Frosinone in the Italian Serie A. Dortmund win or draw against Cologne. PSV win or draw against Vitesse, FC Vitesse, that's in Netherlands. Real Madrid straight win. Galatasaray win or draw against Trabzonspor, and Royal Union Saint-Golo win or draw against Yellow Red Mechelen and PSG. Yes, but this time win or draw against Toulouse.
Okay, so those are the odds, yes?
Yeah, maybe I should just repeat it for those who...
Okay, real quick, let's go back.
Okay, Liverpool straight win at Anfield against Bournemouth. Napoli straight win against Frosinone. Borussia Dortmund win or draw against Cologne. PSV Eindhoven of Netherlands win or draw against Vitesse. Real Madrid straight win away from home against Almeria. Royal Union Saint-Golo of Belgium win or draw. That's away win or draw. Galatasaray against Trabzonspor win or draw, and PSG win or draw against Toulouse.
That's you being,
very
everything about 5 odds.
Let's be careful. Okay. And remember our FPL is still on as well.
Yep.
For those who haven't joined, please go on our social media pages. You're going to see the code on our FPL. And this week I decided to keep my transfer. I'm going to have 2 transfers next week, and I decided to also go with Salah for captain because Haaland against Newcastle probably would score against Newcastle, but I'm expecting Newcastle to score as well in that game. That's why I'm being very careful with my captain armband here for this game. I also have Eze, Saka in my midfield, Bruno Guimaraes in my midfield as well. Same with Mitoma and Onana. I mean, last week I brought Onana dying minutes. I mean, and I tweeted that peer pressure made me do it. Honestly, I was so happy because I sold Martinez to bring in Onana.
And Martinez could say 5.
So
that would have been minus.
I mean, it would have been minus.
And I think Onana got about 9
points, yeah.
Clean sheets and man of the match.
So that's it was really good that I was able to get that. In the CAF Continental engagements, we have Nigerian teams in action today. Rivers United will not be in action. They've been drawn by in the CAF Confederations Cup. Remember, they finished in the quarterfinal stage last season, and that's why they've been drawn by. But we'll have Eimba in the Champions League, who will be playing against Al Ahly Benghazi of Libya. They'll be playing against Al Ahly Benghazi of Libya. That's on Sunday. We also have Remo Stars after their maiden appearance on the continent last season, where they lost out to AS FAR of Rabat of Morocco in the first preliminary round. They have a game against Medema FC of Ghana, and that will be rekindling this rivalry Nigeria and Ghana has. We also have Insurance returning to the continental stage for the first time in 34 years. They have a game against Aso Clef. That game is today at 4 p.m. Nigerian time. I don't know if you think of any of these teams who can actually go the farthest.
It's supposed to be Remo Stars, but we all know that when it comes to Ghana, Nigeria, the Jollof Derby, it's usually very dicey. I hope that the fact that, the governor of Edo State threw the gates open, free of charge for Benden Insurance. They just want the support. This is not good for our football, but then we understand. They just want
the first time in a long while.
First 100 in the stadium to be given free jerseys. They just want everyone to come out and support. Let there be noise in the stadium. Maybe that can intimidate the opponents, but then they are playing an Algerian team, and I'm not enthusiastic at all.
Okay, it's 09155 1055, 08056998678, 0706949300. We're asking you to set an agenda for the new Minister of Sports and what it is that you think he has to do. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mighty.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to the The other guy there, I don't.
Daniel is his name.
Okay, afternoon, Daniel.
Afternoon.
Actually, for me, I don't have much for the minister because with the trend of things in the past years.
Can you turn down the volume on your radio set? We are having the feedback. It's not going well.
Sorry.
Yes, or you move away totally. I understand you want to hear yourself, but hey.
No. Hello?
Okay.
Is it better now?
Okay. There's still some echo in the
Why
background.
don't you just move away from it totally?
Yeah, move away totally, please.
I'm trying to even off it.
Oh, that would be great. And please make this very quick. All right, let's go.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
So, to me, I just feel they should buy some of the ideas of the former ministers.
Okay.
Like all these athletes adoption.
Okay.
And stadium adoption. And maybe they should try to spread the finances to other sports. Many sports are now dead in Nigeria. So I think they should try to resurrect all those 10 bucks.
Okay. Hello.
And for Man United, I think Mazima is not a problem. I think Tenang needs to change his tactics. He needs somebody to partner Casemiro. So he has to drop either one of Anthony or Mount for there to be for a better performance. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Thank you for making that straight to the point, really. On YouTube, Ajibola Olalekon is asking for Splash FM's FPL code again. Okay. I'm going to call that now. It is CP4JP5. 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 That's the code to join our FPL league. Lots of predictions on YouTube already. Please keep them coming. You have about, 5 minutes more before we leave the show, so you can do that there. I saw a comment that I wanted to take. Yes, this is from Olamide Oyeniro. It says, well done, guys. You are all sleeping on Aitana Bonmati for the player of the tournament. She has been solid with 3 goals and 2 assists. She's also leading favourite for the Ballon d'Or. That's Bonmati of the Spain.
She already won the Champions League with Barcelona.
Yes.
If she wins the World Cup with Spain, I think
she's in a very, very good shout. Yes. Damilare Alabi says, Femighty and Man U, Sha. Alessia Russo is gone. Giese has come, so forgive her. Russo is gone to Arsenal, as a matter of fact, so I can understand where the payment is coming from. All right, before we leave on, in other sports, why should no go sport? In other sports, in athletics, World Athletics Championship is on. Day 1 started today. Think of it as the World Cup of Athletics, and Nigeria are in a couple of events for today. The morning session, we had the men's shot put qualification, which featured Chukwuebuka Enekweche. It threw a distance of 20.68 meters, but fell short of qualification places as he finished 7th in Group A and 13th overall. Only the top 12 qualified for the final, so he missed out on qualification there. In the mixed 4x400 meter heats, Nigeria's quartet of Dubem Nwachukwu, Patience Ogon George, Ezekiel Nathaniel, Imaobong Unse Uko finished 5th in the heat 2 of the mixed relay, clocking a season best of 3 minutes 14.38 seconds. As we speak right now, we have the women's long jump qualification going on. I think it's Group A that we have so far. Group A has Ise Brume, and Brume, as at my last check, was in 4th place. She hasn't jumped as far to get her into the top 2. Only the top 2 will qualify from, each group. So, but still early days. She still has about 2 more attempts to go. And let's see how that goes for her eventually. We hope she's one of our medal hopefuls here in long jump. And also seeing Ruth Osoro, who has, I think she is now gone professional. That's as a pro athlete. So let's see how that goes for us. And the afternoon session, we have the 100 meter heats, which has started already. And we are having Favor Ashe, Ushorishe, Ishekiri, and Sheye Ogunlewe, who are repping Nigeria for this one. We also have the shot put final, but unfortunately Nigeria will not be in the shot put final because Chukwuebuka did not make the final. And mixed 4x400 meter final as well, we didn't make the final, so we are not going to be there. So at last year's event in Oregon, Team Nigeria finished 13th with 1 gold and silver, and they will look to surpass that feat later on in Budapest there. So that's the update in the world of tennis. Cincinnati Open is on. Semi-final pairings confirmed already. Novak Djokovic is through to the semi-final alongside Carlos Alcaraz as well. Djokovic will be playing Zverev next. That's while Alcaraz will be up against Mars Purcell in the semi-finals. In the women's category, Iga Swiatek continued her preparation for the US Open, also with a victory over Marketa Vondrousova to get into the semi-final. She's facing Coco Gauff next. We also have Czech Republic's Karolina Monchova progressing past our compatriot Mari Buskova, who retired because of a thigh injury, and she'll be taking on Aina Sabalenka for a place in the finals. That's for the Cincinnati event. Okay, we have to leave on the show. Thank you very much, everyone who has joined us, who has been a part of our show. Apologies, no more calls. We have to leave. Final shot, guys. Daniel, final shot, real quick, in 30 seconds.
I expect Inter Milan to win the Serie A this year.
Inter Milan to win.
Inter Milan.
What a
Napoli
prediction.
Second.
I'm actually going for AC Milan. I think they've improved their team better than last season. I think AC Milan are my favorites.
So Napoli cannot repeat?
Well, Napoli may be able to because they've kept much of their team, but I don't trust their coach Rudy Garcia.
Okay,
I don't think he can replicate what Sampaoli.
Spalletti.
Spalletti, pardon me, did.
But Osimhen will retain Golden Boot, yeah?
Yeah, he can. I don't think I've seen any other striker that was calmer than Osimhen. So he will still retain the Golden Boot, but I don't think they'll win it.
Okay,
I expect them in the top 4, though.
Okay, thank you for being a part of War Sport this afternoon. Join us again next Saturday, same time. Before that, on Monday, 7:30 a.m.
I want to put my money where my mouth is. Newcastle will defeat Manchester City.
Okay, Sports Bang is 7:30 on Monday. I am Blessing Fowowe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this with me, Femighty and Daniel.
Always
Join us again next week. Au revoir.
Splash FM 105.5.
My people, better don land. Make una come see ogbonge cable wey dem manufacture for we obodo Nigeria. Na Pure cables. Pure cables na correct electrical cable wey dey reliable, dependable, and the people wey dem make am call dey safety conscious. Pure cables get original copper and aluminium cable for different sizes dem wey you fit use for electrical wiring level for anywhere. Whether na your house, abi na your office, the price nko e no dey tear pocket at all. Nationwide distribution don start. For more information, call 0808 030 3257. 0808 030 3257. Pure Cable and Wire Limited. They have print compound, Fort Gate 122/132. Also the Apapa Expressway, Iyano Solo Bus Stop, Lagos. Pure Cables, Nigerian electrical contractors endorse am. SON approval. Pure Cables. Now you be go.
Oh boy. Ibadan is getting bigger day by day economically. I will be bringing my friends from Lagos, Abuja, New York, Dubai, London, and other parts of the world to benefit from the real estate potential of the state so that we can work, live, and enjoy ourselves. Well, Chris, do you have any shore link?
Never worry, Jaye. Rayfield Garden City Estate is up to the task. Rayfield Garden City Estate offers for sale executive homes to tailor your fancy, such as 3-bedroom semi and detached bungalows, 3-bedroom terraces and detached duplexes, 4-bedroom semi and detached duplexes, 5-bedroom smart luxurious duplexes. Rayfield Garden City Estate provides a top-notch facility that makes living a pleasure, while adequate security with modern technology is guaranteed. Rayfield Garden City, Christopher Adebayo Alawa Kala GRA, is located at Wofun Akubo Extension by Iwo Road, Ibadan. For further details, visit www.fentinihomes.com or call 0902-941-3968 or 0807-345-4767. Developers and investors are also welcome as partners for business development and expansion. For homes luxury that is unrivaled, think Rayfield Garden City Estate.
To prevent diarrhea and other diseases, especially in children, wash your hands with soap under running water, particularly after using the toilet. After cleaning your baby's bum, before preparing your baby's food, and before and after feeding your baby. If your child has diarrhea, give zinc tablets once a day, plus ORS every 4 hours, or frequently in small sips from a cup, so that your child will replenish lost nutrients and regain strength. Also, visit the nearest health facility to get treatment for diarrhea. This message is from the Anring Project or your State Ministry of Health.
Now that you have finished SS3 exams, what's next? Enroll for A-level program at OBMS Cambridge Advanced Level College, Total Garden, Ibadan for Cambridge A-level or JUPEP A-level program. It is your best option for admission into 200 level in Nigerian universities or admission to overseas universities. OBMS A-level college is known for excellent teaching, outstanding results, affordable fees, moral and spiritual development of students, and conducive boarding facilities. At OBMS A-level college, we also offer SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, GCE, UTME, and post-UTME coaching. For more information, visit our new complex along Total Garden NTA Road, Ibadan. Website www.obmsng.com. Contact us on 0803-386-1091 and 0803-303-9588. OBMSA Level College. Excellence through integrity.
Quick, Charger 240. Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Oh my God! Okay, eyes open. Everything's perfect right now. Kofi here. My name is Lafok, the proper goer of the comedians of the Federal Republic.
No. How many times you want me to tell you say no? That's what the thing disappear.
Hi, my name is Peteru, and you're listening to Strictly Comedy. I want power, no flag, you know, I yet only go much jubilate. I want bar offside in this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, firstborn in the building, right here.
Yeah, all these people don't go give me that song, go down there and they laugh seriously. Talk about that, you don't go wood person. When you're on Strictly Comedy, you know, say the groove, na everlasting. As I just saw that show, you know, there, so more than just Strictly Comedy with Talk about it. Yeah.
To another lovely, spicy edition of your favorite show, Strictly Comedy. Yes, that's what we call it. My name is the same. Yes, sir. Temitope Fadeyi, aka Are You the One? Alagbe Jamo, Mayo Mopapa Obadore, KKK, Kudun Kopo Kope Jaburata T. Johnson. Yes, sir. And this is your rib-cracking, belly-aching, floor-rolling, mind-blowing comedy show. Your number one. Strictly Comedy, yes. It's time for another rib-cracking, belly-aching, floor-rolling comedy show. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'll be right back.
I want to advise you, never in your life let someone who is an idiot that know how to speak good English advise you. That is the worst thing that can happen to you. One guy has been calling me. He said, Lasisi, come and see me. Let's make money together. I said, I will come, sir. I got there. He sat down. He crossed his leg. He said, Lasisi, tell me about you. I told him about me. He laughed. He said, Lasisi, you don't know who you are. Anybody that tell you don't know who you are, run for your life. I say, who am I? He said, Lasisi, oh God. You don't know what you carry. I say, what did I carry? What am I carrying? He said, Lasisi, I will shock you. Right now, how much do you make roughly in a month? I say, before I will answer, I say, Lasisi, what if I told you you can make 25 million naira monthly? I say, how? He said, no. He carried his phone, he pressed it again. He said, Lasisi, I'm sorry about the calculation. What if I told you you can make 40 million naira monthly? I say, I'm ready, sir. Tell me. Come one guy. He said, Wale, come. I don't know. I'm thinking about what we can do for Lasisi. Let's package him. He has talent. Don't you have talent? I said, I have talent, sir. He said, we'll just, the Birmingham show, take him there. Hopefully we get like 100 million naira. Alefuni 40 million. I said, I want 40 million naira, sir. I'm okay with 40 million naira. As he was talking to me, my manager called me. He said, somebody is saying they want to use you for a wedding MC. That they don't have much, but they can pay 1.5. I said, send me the person's number. I went outside. I called the man. I said, sir. He said, yes. I said, somebody just said you want to use me for your show, for your wedding, and you want to pay me 1.5 million naira. He said, yes. I said, do you know who I am? I said, do you know what I have? The man said, no. I said, in your life, never call me. I ran back inside to meet the man. The man said, I was also thinking about something, Lasisi. Have you worked with any brand before? I don't know. I'm thinking Adidas. I said, I love Adidas. He said they will do something for me. I don't know, $1 million. So I say, I love dollars, sir. I love dollars, sir. I'm okay with dollars. God, this thing happened October last year. I've been calling the man for over 10 months now. He has not been picking my call. He has not. I need any kind of job now.
Now, I'm on a year. This leg of people can advise. I finished my show May 12th last month at Muson Center. Shut down. On a club, if you celebrate success. Right, you say God handed that show to 2 people. See they buy VIP ticket, stand for back of regular. Sheila Deye, he did abroad though. Now he shot me. Say the soccer, I saw your show on Hip TV. You did well. Buy a land. As I go try. Land cost to for island. My brother, now island they show me land near Davido house. If you this joke when I want also, if you never buy land, laugh so that they will teach you get. DJ wait, they show me land 10 by 15. I say how much? They say 62 million. I say with building. They say no. I call my father. Daddy, he said, oh. You know say get level when you go reach you and your father go be friends. If you never reach that level, hustle. He take resort to cancel insult. The fact, my papa say, no matter the speed when motor drive for TV, you know if he kill the washer. Now my papa talk or not, when I hear my papa, they talk anyhow. My papa talk or my papa say anybody when go buy poison, call wait to collect change, never make up in mind to die.
I went to Ikoyi Club to perform. After my performance, one man walked up to me. He said, Pencil, come. Wow. Pencil, you killed it. You're a very funny comedian. Where have you been? I said, oh God, we are trying. Wow. Pencil, come. Are you planning anything? I said, sometime. He said, no, Pencil, you need to do something. I want to support you. No. You're funny. You're just wait. What's happening? I said, sir, we are just planning. Now I said, come. Now I put down for pockets. He says, come. No. You're funny. I said, thank you, sir. I said, come. Take my card. Call me. I said, okay, no problem. I said, they go. Now I come and say, come. Take. This is my wife's card. My number does not go. Call me. I will pick my wife. I said, okay, no problem. March. Now the man called me. Pencil. I said, sir. He said, what's happening? I've seen a white show. I've seen a Kororo show, Funny Bone show. When are you doing something? Do something. I want to support you. I said, sir, no problem. We are planning. We've gotten a date. He said, where? I said, Bamora Convention. He said, what date? I said, August 26. He said, very good. I will support you. Ask people that knows me very well. When I want to support, I support in full. I begin plan. They do 2 weeks to the show. Now I call the man. He said, Pencil. I said, sir, he said, I'm seeing your advert everywhere. You are taking over Lagos. I will not only support you, we will support you. I said, yeah, we. I said, okay, well, I don't make them. We. 2 days to my show on Friday. Now I call the man. I said, sir, the show is on Sunday. He said, yes, Pencil, I know. We have supported you. Come the shop. I be send this man my account number 1. No. I said, sir, how? He said, as I speak to you now, we just left Ibadan supermarket. We bought 2 regular tickets. We paid cash, 10,000 naira. I am my wife. Don't worry, we are with you. Okay, I know since I crack this joke you did here. And you sit down for regular. They watch me. My God will fight for me. Don't worry. You not only support me, you surprise me.
You know, say now Lagos, now you see where person they say something and you know they use the thing. Or do a leg bar on that bridge. Now I see person when get mouth huddle, they say man clean. They say bros, bad now. Now I say, why you not use them for your mouth? He say my mouth huddle and follow come, you know what?
Why you go to stay mainland to be big boy? Come on, move to the island. Now I say, enough is enough. Let me go to Lekki. I want to live in the heart of Lekki. Now I call agent. Hello, this is Buchi. I want to live in the heart of Lekki. Look for property. The guy said, bros, how much be your project? I said, why will you insult me? I said, look for property. Do you know who's talking to you? I said, bros, you never reach for it. 2 days later, I come and say, bros, I don't see something for the heart of Lekki. You go like him. I said, how much? The guy said 10 million. Minus agency and agreement. I said, for how many years? He said, 1 year, sir. I said, but I'm not buying the property. I just want to leave. I will leave again. I will back out. The guy said, bros, now the I said, with agency, how much? He said, 15 million. I got quiet. The guy said, hello. I said, I can't hear you. He said, I can hear you, sir. And I said, what can we do? He said, okay, now you want the heart of Lekki. I said, can you move towards the leg of Lekki, please? I'm not a heart person. Just go towards the leg. Now the guy called me back 3 days. Say, sir, I've gone towards the leg of Lekki. He said, where be that? He said, towards Agungi. I said, okay. As long as there's Lekki there, I'm okay. The guy said 7 million. I said, you are still in the body of Lekki. Can you avoid the whole body? Just go down, further down. Leave the body of Lekki alone. I just want to live 1 year and we pack away. I'm not buying the property. The guy said, bro, stand there, never reach correct. I said, don't pass correct. I tell you. He not said, the guy called me again. He said, bros, I don't see what you define. I said, hey, how much are we talking about? He said, 5 million. I said, I like that. Where? He said, it's just further than the body of Lekki. I said, where is it? Ekpe. He said, no, you pass Ekpe small, but Lekki did the address. I said, if I pass Ekpe small, he said, sir, it's Lekki Expressway. Now I said, Lekki Expressway 5 million. I like the fact that Lekki is there, but can we still go further down a bit? And the guy said, bros, don't worry, I will get to you later. 1 week later, now he come. He said, bros, I don't get what you define. 1.5 million. You can park 4 cars. There's table tennis court inside and swimming pool. I said, how much the agency and agreement? He said, it's inside already. I said, now we are talking. Now we are talking. Why not they make her look as if this Lekki thing? So you fit get this kind of property, now you the high car. Give me address. I said, is it around 4th roundabout? He said, okay, forget all the roundabouts in Lagos. I said, okay, it's true. You know how much they remove the roundabout? He said, no, forget. Even the old one, forget all. Go further down. I said, oh, is it after Ekpe? He said, no, sir. Further down, sir. Now my voice got reduced. I said, further down where? Is it already? The guy said, Papa, further down, further down. I said, further down after already. Where remain not being the guy said, bam.
Welcome back. It's not yet the end of the show. It's just time to pay some bills. So sit back, relax. I'll be right back just after this break.
Splash FM 105.5.
Glory to God! Heart Enlargement Special is here. The Standing Church International invites you to a 2-day powerful encounter with God. Dates: Friday 25th and Saturday 26th August 2023. Time, 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. Venue, the International Conference Center, University of Ibadan. Ministering, the visionary Manifold Grace Ministries. There will be miracles, healings, salvations, and deliverances. Come and receive a touch from God that will change your life forever. See you there.
Enlargement special ti dé o. Ǹjẹ́ o fẹ́ ìwòsàn, ìgbàlà, ìtúsílẹ̀ àti ìyanu tí ó yí ayé rẹ padà? Ìjọ The Standing Church ń pe ìwọ àti ẹbí rẹ fún ìpàdé alágbára ọlọ́jọ́ méjì ni pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run ní gbọ̀ngàn International Conference Center ICC Fásitì Ìbàdàn ni ó ti wáyé ní ọjọ́ Friday 25th àti Saturday 26th ní oṣù tí a wà yìí. Agogo 8 àárọ̀ àti agogo 4 ọ̀sán ni yóò máa wáyé. Máa bọ̀ fún ìyípadà ọ̀tun ayé rẹ.
Bàbá ẹ dákun a fẹ́ wọnú ẹgbẹ́ àgbà àìsàn abáàdì tí ń ṣọ̀rẹ́ mi ó ti lo gbogbo oògùn ó ní ọlọ́rìí fẹsẹ̀ létọ́. lóòótọ́ làwọn àìsàn afinni nàkànàkàn ń bẹ tó jẹ́ pé tí wọ́n bá rọ́ọ̀lù yàn pẹ́rẹ́ fúnra oníkọ́ ní ọ̀fẹ́ máa fẹnu ara rẹ̀ pé kú. aṣíwájú elégbòogi herbal therapy lọ́nà àbáyọ bírú ẹ̀ bá ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ̀ wulẹ̀ po kámbáàdì mu nítorí àìsàn tí òjú tàṣíwájú elégbòogi ó tàn pẹ́pẹ́ dànù. àwọn irinṣẹ́ àgbàlódé ló sẹ̀ ti kalẹ̀ yìí tí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ fi ṣàyẹ̀wò kí wọ́n lè mọ tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lágọ̀ọ́ ara gan lábẹ́ ìdarí akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ medical consultant tó dúró tán. gbàgàdà lọ́fíìsì wá sí dàálẹ̀ látago 9 àárọ̀ sí 6 àrọ̀lẹ́ lọ́jọ́ Monday sí Friday aago 9 àárọ̀ sí 3 ọ̀sán ni lọ́jọ́ Saturday 49 Sango UI Road beside Fat Oil Filling Station opposite Sango Police Station Ibadan. 0802-223-3370 0802-223-3370. ẹ dúró gbé gbogbo àìsàn tí ń jẹ kòbókò lọ́wọ́ aṣíwájú elégbòogi herbal therapy.
Splash FM 105.5.
Welcome back. It's still your rib cracking, belly aching, floor rolling comedy show right here on Splash 105.5 FM, your number one. Yes, it's time to make you enjoy some more rib cracking, belly aching jokes. So I'll be right back.
If you are married, always go to the gym. You get me? Please. Because of all this, our Nigerian men, some women are they cause the OT, they just born 1, 2, 3. They don't leave their body. My husband is my husband. Husband self not even dey Lagos. I don't know about Abuja. Lagos husband in the evening, beer parlor and all of them. And they wonder why girls go to cry, say, I want to marry, I need a husband. Husband not dey Lagos, so beer parlor. As you call the hello, and they come now, go slow, then hold me, and they come. Now bring a 3 beer. Bring gift, my friend, too. Hey, who's here? That the husband.
Now only believers they use engagement ring till they open beer.
Somebody go drink reach 12. We can't drive reach house. God still look you. And can I say something? If you are married, focus to your wife. It's good. By the time you start carrying all these your young girls, if they deal with you, weaken all your body. If all these small girls weaken your body finish, you know say if man reach house, and no one near a wife, they form a necessary quarrel. That time they don't slap. Come on, dear man! All these boys, if they beat you, all your body don't weak. You can't branch pharmacy, buy Panadol. You can't reach house. Your wife still can't wear nightgown. See, baby, you wake up, wash you. You know, say you're the phone quarrel. I said, yeah, how are you? Why? What is this thing doing here? What is this thing doing here? You look up to check. Why? Now lie you. In one phone quarrel, make go sleep. Oh, you don't shout, you enter bedroom. Bath, enter bedroom. If your wife just not this, your wife no say no be small beats. Daddy. Wait, and I want to talk to my father. Yeah, Daddy, thank you, sir. Thank you. I know secretly you've been praying for me. You don't want to tell me. The prayer is working. Daddy, I've been looking for a way to see you since, but it's not like I don't want to see you. It's just that the protocol. No, it's not like they're not doing a good job, but I don't know. One particular guy, he always park me very far from the church. Before I walk from that side to the church, or it's already fifth service. Most times, no way to see you. So because of that, now me too, I've decided to join the protocol team in Lekki Church, and so that people will not suffer what I'm suffering. So me, I try my best to park people close to the church. Like if you come late now, the church is in Lekki. I used to tell them to park somewhere very close to the church at Ibeju Lekki. Daddy, you know Lagos now, Daddy. So you know that place is very close to. It's not even far. It's just like from here to Igrita. It's not that far like that. So that's why I just tell people to stay. Yeah, so Daddy, forget this thing is not easy. You see the things that has been happening. As I will come and share it with you. Honestly, I just don't understand. This life, whenever good thing happens to you, people will just come out to take credit. Like that time they gave me that appointment, Daddy. This life, if you see people that came to me to tell me they were the ones that made it happen. I don't know where they came. Cameraman in government house. I just got there, he started telling me and governor since morning, no be small fight because of you. Don't just understand some people. And see, Daddy, I know those people that used to park me far from the church, I know it's not really their fault. And because ever since it's been long since we saw, so that our resemblance is now reducing. It's now reducing. So they don't used to know that I'm your son anymore. So I said I will look for a way to renew it. Yeah, because in my family we normally look like whoever is taking care of us. So if you come to my family now, you won't know who we look like. Because anytime my father has money, we look like him. Anytime my mother has money, we look like her too. So the thing used to hurt my father. So sometimes he used to go and borrow money just to make sure we look like him. So what we do is, the thing is not, it's something that is just there. It's not like we do it on our own. If the money is not coming from you direct, we don't look like you. So whenever our father goes to borrow money from our landlord, we start looking like our landlord. So that's what we do. So like now, Daddy, like now, that time I was telling you about that 10 million thing, that time now, hey, if you give me that money now, me and you, carbon copy. You see, nobody will see the difference. I will even come here and preach on your behalf. They won't notice. Nobody will know.